To all of my viewers in the USA that celebrate this holiday, I do wish you a happy Labor Day. I hope you're having a great weekend. I'm having a good one myself. Now, since most schools in the USA have the day off, I decided to review Brad Winmiler as an extra video to kind of make up for the lack of an extra video last week. Just so you guys know, Brad Winmiler is not available in stores yet, so I bought him from a Chinese eBay seller for $50 a couple months ago, and this is the first time I got around to recording the review of him. Now, before we get to the other normal topics of discussion, appearance, release, and review, I do need to discuss why exactly is Brad Winmiler a prototype or a pre-production sample. I'm not kidding. This version of Brad Winmiler is actually a prototype. When he is officially released later this year, he'll have one small difference, and that difference is that the official release will have a green Piston Cup antenna. It will look very, very similar to the one Kit Revster has here, with one difference. The Piston Cup will be green and not gold. Now, I have no clue why there was a green Piston Cup antenna in the movie because all of them were either yellow or gold. As you can see, Kit Revster, JW, and Marty Breakburst have gold/yellow Piston Cup antennas. Now, this is not Mattel's mistake. I repeat, this is not Mattel's mistake. Now, it may not even be a mistake at all, but I just find it odd that in the movie, when Brad Winmiler appears, he has a green antenna. It took me a while to actually find him. I found him a couple months ago when he was originally announced, and he was originally announced actually on the card back of Break Boyd, another car in the LA Speedway series. As you can see on the back, you can see Brad Winmiler, and now that picture of him does not have the green antenna. It matches the one I have loose. However, this was made, let's see here, 2015. So at that point, they didn't know that they were actually going to correct it to make him movie accurate. Now, I hope I'm making sense here, but the bottom line is that Mattel originally made this version of Brad Winmiler. Some of them made it to eBay, some of them sold to buyers, me being one of them. So after they realized they were making an inaccurate version of Brad Winmiler, they, I guess, decided to correct it. So I do applaud Mattel for doing so, and I will be showing screenshots throughout the video to show you where Brad Winmiler appeared in the movie and to show you that he did indeed have that green antenna. So I'm very happy they're releasing it with the antenna to make it movie accurate. Now, a thought just popped into my mind, and that is maybe the antenna is green to show that he's a Chick Hicks fan. Just maybe. Not entirely sure, but the color definitely matches the color of Chick Hicks. Now, just to clarify, Brad Winmiler appeared in the first Cars movie in the Los Angeles International Speedway race stands. He was in the huge crowd, so like I said earlier, it took me a while to spot him out. So now let's talk about his release. He should be released later this year in an upcoming case. I believe he's either in the second to last case or the last case of 2016. And when that case comes out, I'll review the feature cars from it along with Brad Winmiler with the correct green antenna. Now, just a disclaimer. I have a little bit of uncertainty about this prototype idea. I do not know for sure, like 100%, although I am very, very confident because on the 2016 poster, it shows Brad Winmiler with the green antenna, and if you look on eBay, you'll only find Brad Winmilers with green antennas. So I do think that this one here is in fact the prototype. So now let's get into the review of this awesome diecast. So let's start with the basics here. His expression is pretty similar to the one he had in the movie, so that's good. And on his roof here, he has a Piston Cup accessory. It's mounted in there, so you cannot remove it. And mine is a little bent backwards, but it's not a big deal to me because I could probably unbend it by just holding it this way for a while. He's a very pale yellow color. He has silver rims here. Very, very nice. Here's the base if you're interested. There is not a date stamp because this is a pre-production sample, aka a prototype, but it does have all of your typical Mattel information. And on the back, he has a license plate that reads 84D17, and the text above it reads New Coil, and below it, it reads State. I love that license plate. It's nice and big, so I can read everything on there. Now you might be wondering, is Brad Winmiler a new model, or is he just a repaint? And maybe you're thinking in your head, he's just a repaint of Michael Sparkper, who was released earlier this year. Wrong! Brad Winmiler is a brand new model. Check it out. Michael Sparkper is a lot bigger than Brad Winmiler. You can definitely tell in the back. However, though, they are very similar, and I would say that Brad Winmiler is just a smaller version of Michael Sparkper because you can see the taillights are about the same, license plate placement is about the same, the window sizes are in proportion. As you can see, both of them have this black spot, most likely a gas cap. Their rims are the same, just painted different colors. And the grills are very similar as well. Now, let's just say for a minute that they were the same size. Would they then be the same model as well? No, because first of all, Brad Winmiler has this big hole in his roof to accommodate the Piston Cup, and Michael Sparkper has a literal dent in his side door here. So even if they were the same size, they would not be the same model. However, they would be much more similar than what they are now. I just wanted to clear that up because even myself originally thought that Michael Sparkper and Brad Winmiler were the same model, but I'm very, very happy to see that Brad is actually a brand new casting. And now I want to compare Brad to a couple other cars that are rather similar to him. First off, we have Jonathan Wrenchworth's. He is a rusty sedan, as you can see. They're about the same length, but Jonathan is much, much thinner than Brad, as you can see there. Brad is quite a bit wider, but they are decently similar. Next in line is Milo, another sedan. Now I feel like Brad Winmiler and Michael Sparkper, especially Michael, are kind of like squished up versions of Milo. Like, just think about it for a second. If you took Milo and like squished them like that, then I just feel like you'd get a car that looks like this or this, like a little bit wider at the back than in the front. So that's my kind of twisted, weird view of Milo in comparison to Brad and Michael. But you know, I did want to show Milo in comparison to Brad. This is actually the first time we've seen a Piston Cup like this on any Piston Cup fan. I mean, usually Mattel reuses the same accessory or very similar accessories like on Kit Revster, Marty Brakeburst, and JW. They all have that Piston Cup antenna that I showed earlier, but Brad Winmiler has a totally new accessory, being a 3D Piston Cup just kind of sitting on his roof, kind of acting as a hat. So that's very, very nice to see something new. So that just about sums it up for my review of Brad Winmiler. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. And I also hope that you've been having a great Labor Day weekend. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another review. Bye now.